Welcome everyone to a quick build log because that is all I have time for these days. I'm actually building more than ever now, and I have more than 50 build logs sitting there waiting to be edited. But what all of my time, our time, is going into is product development. That is our main focus, the most exciting thing that we're doing. Builds are actually a big part of that because it allows us a very hands-on approach, so we're able to be constantly learning and testing. Like in our builds is our latest ideas and designs and technology. So the builds will always have a very important place with everything that we're doing. I would love to get back to the old style of shooting build logs, shooting them live, doing the voiceover as I'm going, so that you feel actually involved in the build process. Because coming back and doing voiceovers on builds that I shot like 6 to 12 months ago, it's very disjointed, but I will do what I can for now, get you as much content as I can, as I have time for. But this was a particularly interesting little build because the customer wanted a high-end water-cooled system. So you can see that this has a 4090, 13900 KS, everything super high-end, great water cooling system. But he wanted a stealth build, like a sleeper build. So there are absolutely no lights, no RGB, and he actually wanted a solid side panel so that you couldn't see anything that was going on the inside. It could just be a boring air-cooled build. I can't talk about this customer at all. We get that a lot, actually. Surprisingly, we don't just get a few of these a year. Like, it happens quite a lot. I guess I can say that this build had to undergo some security checks to go where it was going, and I'm not sure what systems like this are being used for, but they're certainly going to some very interesting places and to some interesting customers. And I also found it interesting that like the aesthetics didn't matter. It just needed to look like a box. They just wanted this thing to work. So it was great to be building a system that wasn't just all RGB and bling. But it's interesting that when you build something where performance and quality matters, but aesthetics doesn't matter at all, it still ends up having good aesthetics, because I think those things just go hand in hand. But it was also good to be building into a different case, like for the variety. I really like building into a lot of different cases and getting to experience them all. And this one brought back a lot of memories because we've been building into our own cases a lot recently, which is always very exciting. It's great for our product development, constantly allowing us to do R&D every day. So that's all very exciting. But yeah, coming back to a case like this, it's more work to build the loop. Not much. Because of our integration, we have the pump res combo integrated, so you don't have to install the pump res combo, which means less connections. So it's a little bit less work, but really it's the cables. With a powerboard build, it takes me like 10 minutes to do the cables. But for this build, it was a day and a half of building the custom cables. So we build them by hand from the ground up, and then doing all of the cable management, and then also customizing things like the fan cables. Really takes a lot of time. Just to do these 6 fans to customize the cables is a couple of hours. So definitely a lot more work.